Okay, hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here today on a fantastic day. I know you all are busy. We have many of our student athletes here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for faculty and community for coming out today. This turnout is very reflective of what our folks think about Coach Gainous, and it's a great day. And for the Gainous family who's here, welcome. Thank you for being here. It's a great day. It's all about Mark Gainous. I told Coach Sellers that last week. I said, let's make today about you, and he's a humble person, didn't want to do that, but we had a great time, and Terry and Kathy are here, and so I want to thank you all for being here. And Mark's the same way. He's very humble, and I said, well, I want to make this about you the next 2 days, so we're doing that. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to have some comments, and here's the way it'll work. Juwan Jackson, our SGA president, will speak. Then Dr. Harshbarger, our vice president for student affairs, and my boss will speak. And then I'll say a few words, and then Mark will speak. And Al always calls me the human rain delay, so which means I've got a lot of comments, and I do today, all right? So just kind of letting you know, all right? So thank you all for being here, and I'm going to turn it over and introduce Mr. Juwan Jackson, our SGA president. So big hands for Juwan.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Student Government Association of Georgia College, I'd like to officially welcome everyone to the Centennial Center today as we officially announce our new men's head basketball coach. This is indeed a great day for GC athletics, but an even better day for Georgia College. Mr. Gainous has been a committed member of the GC family for years, and we look forward to his leadership as he assumes this new role. Georgia College is committed to building a culture of engaged learners, and Coach Gainous shares that belief. I look forward to cheering on our men and women teams this upcoming season, and it's good to know that our men's team will continue to be in good hands under the leadership of Coach Gainous. Thank you. Dr. Harshbarger.
Thank you, Juwan. I'm Bruce Harshbarger. I'm the VP for Student Affairs here. And as an administrator at Georgia College, I'm just so proud of our athletic program. Our athletic program is an ideal fit for our university. It shares the same core values. Our student athletes succeed as students, as athletes. Most of all, they succeed as people. And our athletic department looks for and hires staff who believe in and embrace and are energized by those values. And when we find them, there tends to be very little turnover. And Coach Mark Gainous is just a great example of that. He's a terrific coach, terrific recruiter, terrific representative of our institution. Mark came here 12 years ago, settled in, met his wife Tasha. The two of them are raising their family here. And he's had opportunities to be head coach elsewhere. But this is where he and Tasha want to be. It's very much where we want them to be. And we really appreciate that loyalty to Georgia College. There are a lot of outstanding coaches out there. We could have certainly found one. But Mark is a special fit for Georgia College. He's an educator and developer of young men who just happens to also be a basketball coach. And this was a very easy decision to make. We've always appreciated that loyalty that I mentioned from Coach Gainous and his commitment to Georgia College. And it feels really good to be able to return that loyalty today. It also feels good to go into the future of our men's basketball program with Mark at the helm. Thank you, and I'll turn it back over to Wendell.
Thank you, Bruce. All right, now for the human rain delay. Let's see here. Okay, first of all, man, I got the best staff, the best student athletes, and the best job in America. There's no doubt about it. I'm blessed, and it's very evident with you all being here today. And I often get asked, what do we do? What do we do as an athletic department? Well, I think we provide an educational experience for all students. Okay, that's the first thing that we do. We're part of the fabric of this institution. We're part of the fabric of our community. And that's what we do. We provide, obviously, a great rallying point, a time for gathering, and kind of a unifying force. And so we're part of that experience for the college life. Digging down a little bit further, with our mission within our department, we provide an engaged and outstanding student-athlete experience. And what does that look like? Well, I think it looks it looks like several things. It looks like 185 of these folks out here right now, okay? And they're not all here today, but that's what it looks like. So what we do is right there. And it's about engaging our campus and our community. It's about our community engagement. And you come through here most any time, you're going to have some kind of clinic going on. You go out to the fields out on the West Campus, you got the same thing going on. You got engagement from our staffs and our student athletes where they're interacting with our community and our campus. It's about developing leaders who are going to one day lead in their community. You know, I always say from 3 to 5 every day, I think we got the best leadership lab on campus. You know, we're doing it right. Joe Samproni always says we were the first cohort. You know, we have 15, 20 people, 25, ever how big your team is. And those folks all come in together. They have similar values. They're all getting up at the same time, doing different things and all that. But they all graduate at a higher rate than any school in our system over the last 5 years on average. We're the top in the USG system. We do things right. You know, as I look at things and people say, well, how about our program? We got it about right. And it's because we have outstanding student athletes. We develop these skills that every employer wants. You know, I tell people all the time, if you want to be a great employee, here's all you need to do. Show up on time, do your job, keep your mouth shut, and go home. And as simple as that sounds, you know, that's really about all employers look for. And we certainly develop our student athletes to do that and much, much more because they understand the team concept of working together. But ultimately what we're trying to do is build people that are better employees, employers, better spouses, better parents, better human beings who go back into their community and lead. And that's what we do. Okay, so how do we do that? And what is my very, very lucky role in this? Okay, my kids ask me, what do you do? And so I thought about that, and I think I would tell you that the most important thing that I do is I hire people. All right, because those 185 people are the right people for this university if we hire the right people to lead them. And there's nothing else that I do is more important than that, because if I hire the right people, recruit and retain the right staff, they recruit and retain the right student athletes, it's a pretty easy scenario. Okay, and so that's the most important thing that I do. But they make it possible. So what does Wendell Staten look for in employees? Very simple: character, loyalty, and work ethic. And as simple as that sounds, as basic as that sounds, as a society, if you really look at those three things, that pretty much tells you what you need to know. And those all really go hand in hand. That's what every employer wants. If you could just find somebody that had great character, great loyalty, great work ethic, you get out of the way and you let them do their job. And I'm fortunate to have a staff that does that. The other thing that I think is important for here is we have to have staff and employees across our university, and certainly within our department and our student athletes, who desire the GC way, to desire the GC mission. You can't accept it. You can't embrace it. You have to desire it. And that's why I'm here. That's why I come every day. Okay, and we've got a staff that does just that. So how does this get down, my last comments, or how does this dig down to Mark Gainous? Mark has the character and work ethic. I want to tell you, any college basketball job, you have it's a crazy profession. You have an awful lot of people who want these jobs. And his respect in the coaching community, which I came up in basketball, could be found very easily by coaches who contacted me. Hey, Wendell, if you don't hire Mark, and I hope you hire Mark, then, you know, if one of those two don't work out, you know, appreciate you considering me. But the fact that people that I know who called me would say that tells me about his respect in this industry. And this respect in this industry goes a long way, okay? We're a very, very tight-knit group. I talk about character and work ethic. I want to talk about loyalty. And loyalty is something that's not part-time, it's all the time. And, you know, when I asked our staff comments about Mark, I said, tell me about Mark Gainous. And the guy's loyal. Guy's loyal to a fault, which there is no fault in being loyal. Okay, I mean, the guy's loyalty is unparalleled that I've seen in this industry, Mark. And so for all young folks, I would tell you, if you will have that character and that work ethic and that loyalty, your career is going to be bright. And the very reason Mark Gainous is getting ready to be announced is because of those three things. But that loyalty starts, stops, and ends with me right there. I know that guy's going to be loyal to me till the day he dies. I know that. I've known his wife Tasha since she was 18 years old. Tasha was a student of ours when I was at UNC Pembroke. She played for my best friend. He worked for my best friend. I know these people's character. I know Abe and Annie Grove, excuse me, who has just been introduced to us to this world, and we're glad that she's here today. I'm glad his mother and grandmother are here today, but I know their family. I know what they're about. And as I got comments back from folks, as I sent some emails out, hey, great hire. Mark loves Milledgeville. Mark's insanely positive. Mark's never down. And Mark's had some tribulations and trials here recently. The guy's never down. He's always up. He's always upbeat. I was kidding last night. I said, if you listen to Mark about who we're going to, our recruiting class, we're going to beat the Lakers next year, you know? And the guy's insanely positive. He's always looking for the right angle and always positive. So it's, you know, this is the right coach at the right time for the right university. And the ultimate thing that I have, and I say this with every coach we hire, is my ultimate litmus test is very simple. Would I want my child to play under this coach? Unequivocally, without a doubt, absolutely yes. So I'm going to ask Bobcat Nation to give me a standing ovation and welcome our new men's basketball coach, Mark Gainous. All right, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all yours. No, you talk all you want. We're going to go out here and listen, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. After Mark talks, please enjoy yourself some refreshments. Please visit. Please take pictures. I think the media folks are going to have a chance to talk to him. But let's sit around and visit. And thank you all for coming today. But I'm going to let him close it out. So as soon as he's done, please visit and let's take some photos and have a good time. All right, Coach.
Thanks, appreciate it. Oh, man. Thank you for everybody that came out today. Wendell's got me almost in tears before I even get started. I apologize in advance if I get emotional. But that's just who I am. President Dorman, Dr. Harshbarger, and Wendell, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be the head coach here at Georgia College. Thanks to everybody who came here today and those who are watching online. I know my dad couldn't make it. I know he's watching. I got here in 2003. I thought I was going to be here a couple years. I was at Shorter for 3 years, and when I got here, I thought it was going to be my next stop in the coaching profession. But that's not the case. The school and the town of Milledgeville have really grown on me, and we've learned firsthand how a community can come together. You know, Wendell, for example, he built a fence for us at our house. I mean, how many athletic directors and bosses do you know that would do that for you? So we're very lucky to have his leadership with the athletic department. This is my dream job. I'm really excited about being the head coach here. A lot of people to thank. I've been here for a long time, 11 years, going on year number 12. So everybody in here, I appreciate you coming, and you know, you guys have had a major impact on my life. First, I'd like to thank all the coaches who were here today. I can't name everyone, but thank you for our friendships. Really enjoyed you know, going to the cafe with Jimmy and Mo and Toby and Aquino every day and having that experience. Miss Patty, Miss Lisa, Miss Carol, thanks for our early morning talks, okay, our coffee sessions, all right. Al Weston, our sports information director, thank you for everything you do for us. And our athletic trainer, Paul Higgs, who we've already had a couple athletes get injured. He's been busy already, so thank you, Paul, for everything that you've done. Miss Eartha, Miss Dean, and the custodial staff here at the Centennial Center. When we bring recruits in on campus, they're just amazed on how beautiful the campus is. And when we get to Centennial Center, they think it's a new building. And I said, this building was opened 91, was it 89? Dr. Harshbarger. So it's been open for a long time, and they think it was just open. So I appreciate them and their hard work. This place is beautiful, and what a place to recruit to as the guys. That's really a big part of the draw here, the Centennial Center, and the fans, you know, and everyone that supports us. It's a big draw for our recruiting, and I'd like to thank them. Scott McLeod, the voice of the Bobcats, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to our pregame and postgame talks, so I thank you and I appreciate it. The entire faculty and staff I'd like to thank. I made a lot of friends, financial aid, admissions, in the cafe with Brian. I have a lot of friends here, and it's very comforting to know that I'm going to spend the rest of my, hopefully spend the rest of my coaching career here as a Bobcat. To Dr. Mike Martino, who has been heavily involved with our teams, I'm looking forward to working with you again this year. He's got a lot of good ideas, and I appreciate everything you do for our program. Dr. Sally Humphreys, not sure if she's here or not. She's our faculty athletic associate, and I'm looking forward for her to mentor our team and to help build those relationships across campus. Craig Henry, thank you for everything you've done for me, our friendship, and fixing my computer, because I don't know anything about computers really, so I appreciate you always being there for me. All right, I got a lot of coaches, a lot to thank that have been huge along the way. My high school coaches, Coach Jerry Ridley and Isaiah Chance. Go Cert Makers. I've always wanted to say that at a press conference, okay? Big K-Row fan still. Thank you to both my college head coaches, Coach Jay Dole at Grandview College and Coach Randolph Barksdale at Georgia Southwestern. I love playing there. I love beating the Moore guys, okay? So looking forward to beating the Hurricanes this year. All the graduate assistants and volunteer assistants, when you've been somewhere for so long, you've worked with a lot of graduate assistants, okay? And I'm going to name each one individually. Kyle Hill, Mo Smith, who everybody knows and loves as the women's basketball coach here. Kevin Douglas, Sean Haggerty, Dan Magrino, my best friend, Toby Waggeter. Josh Hurst, Chris Ryan, David Gallagher, and our graduate assistant, Ryan Aquino. I've been in 3 programs. I've only been in 3 in 16 years. To Kip Drown, he was our graduate, I was a graduate assistant for him at GSW. Coach Ricky Williams, a really good friend of mine at Shorter College, now Shorter University, and of course Terry Sellers here at Georgia College. To Coach Drown, briefly, you know, everybody gives you that first opportunity, and Coach Drown gave me my first opportunity, allowed me to complete my, my master's degree, and I learned a lot about organization and leadership from Coach Kip Drown. To Coach Ricky Williams, he took a leap of faith in me in 2001. He didn't really know me. He hired me because we knew a person, the same, a friend of ours, and she said, well, you need to call Mark. He'd be a good assistant. And he hired me, and I appreciate Ricky Williams. I learned a lot from Coach Williams. He taught me how to work hard in the coaching business, and he taught me how to be a professional. I appreciate your advice, Ricky, if you're watching, and our continued friendship. All right, to Coach Sellers, my mentor. I'm sorry. When you spend 11 years with somebody, this is special. But I appreciate you, Coach, and everything that you've done for me. The best way to describe our relationship is, who's seen the movie Star Wars? Anybody? I'm a big Star Wars fan. He's like Yoda, okay? He's actually wearing green today. And I'm a not so young Luke Skywalker, okay? And I know that the Force is strong in me because I've been prepared. I've tried to soak it all in, the preparation, the practice, the games, the individual workouts, recruiting, and the discipline that he showed me. I'm going to try to continue that and show our guys. But I've had the best experience a coach could have. 11 years under coach means a lot to me, okay? And Ms. Sellers, thank you for making my transition to Millersville easier in 2003 and really taking care of me for the last 11 years, and I appreciate you. Fourth, I'd like to thank all the former players that we've recruited here, and I'm just going to name a few. Sean Keaton, Brian Harrison, Jeremy Mayweather, Terrence Chapman, who works for GC Campus Safety right now, and Aaron Clark. Thank you for setting the bar extremely high in our program, and I'm excited about you guys possibly coming back and telling our guys exactly what it takes to be successful. Finally, I'd like to thank my family who's here today, Mom, my grandma Mima, my son Abe, Tosh, and Andy Grove. If you guys stand up for just a second, make sure everybody knows you're here, because I'm proud of you. To my mom, thank you for always believing in me, driving me to the gym to play, and always let me know that I could do whatever I wanted to do. My dad, who couldn't make it today, thank you for showing me what hard work is about. My dad's a crop duster, so I worked with him in the summertime, and we'd have to be there at 6 a.m., my brother and I, and sometimes we'd work to 9 p.m. He showed me what hard work was about, I promise you, okay? 115 degrees on the tarmac, mixing chemicals, pumping those airplanes fuel. So I really appreciate everything that he taught me, and he taught me how to work hard, and that's all I've ever known. But he's the first person to really teach me how to work hard. To my brother Stephen and my sister Brooke, thank you for your love and everything that you've done for me. I couldn't ask for two better siblings, okay? Finally, I'd like to thank my wife. Stand up again, please. Yeah, you can sit down now. Okay. We met here at Georgia College in 2007, and of course, everybody knows our two kids, Abram and Annie Grove. As most of you known, we've been through some tough times the last couple years. But with prayer and support from our First United Methodist family, we got through it. But without Tasha's strength, courage, and love, I couldn't have done it. She's been a loving and supporting wife and a terrific mom. And I can't thank you enough. And thank you for putting up with me after losses, okay? And balancing me. Thank you so much. I love you. Lastly, I'd like to thank my kids, Abram, everybody knows him as Abe, and Annie Grove. They've made me a better man. When I get home every day, I open the door, he runs at me, hugs me, and there's no better feeling than that in the world, and if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. He doesn't care if we win or lose as of right now. He might feel differently in a couple years, okay? But right now, he doesn't know, okay? Looking ahead, guys, I'm looking forward to what our team can accomplish this year and in future years. We're going to be out in the community, Boys and Girls Club, Habitat for Humanity. We're going to help with the blood drives here on campus. The community can count on the men's basketball team for helping them. I can guarantee you that. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call. We'll be there for you. Wendell said this many times, and I firmly believe it, that I want our players to have the very best experience that they can have at Georgia College, athletically, academically, and socially. We're going to have a lot of fun, guys. We're going to play hard, and we're going to play as a team. We're going to keep the core values of our program that's been here at least for 21 years. We're going to keep those the same. Again, that about wraps it up. I appreciate everybody. I really do. I love you guys, and I love this school, and I love this town. And it means a lot to me for you to be here. I apologize again if I left somebody out. Thank you, and go Bobcats. Look forward to seeing you at the soccer games, at the volleyball matches. Okay, they're starting quick, so please come out and let's support the Bobcats. Thank you so much.